have fantastic things in store on Dust, and that is maybe where this all ends. So listen, London, let's leave it all on the line tonight. Let's get loud. Let's get proud. Let's get off to the flying start that is this 5v4.
Yeah,
Amanek executed on a long peek. Mantu's looking to hold the line here. Two more bodies starting to try and peek out. Jack's good trade, but he knows that Valda's still there.
Always trust the USP. The bomb in B tunnels, though, very far away from the other two CTs, who are now starting to inch their way backwards. What is the final strategy here for G2? They're grouped up in the tunnels. There's two waiting. Issa and MBK have been really, Issa as in particular, amazing on the B side all alone. He's been a solid anchor. Wouldn't expect that to change anymore in this map, even though G2 played so well versus them yesterday. The group up has occurred. Rotations are hindered for the CTs. They don't have info on Cat. It looks like it's time to go into B.
Issa's got that car position, and he's also got that bomb thrown down, so CT set scrambling. Issa, can he get it?
Oh God, he's so good at that. He can't be stopped from Car.
Excellent third headshot, and I love the way he takes that last shot before he goes to dodge the flash. It's almost like he dabs on him.
Yeah, he just knew it was going to happen.
Beauty of a headshot.
Wow, that was really beautiful stuff.
So crisp, man.
Low time to kill on this round. All these headshots coming quick.
Don't you just love USPs?
Yeah, especially Issa's though. Holy smokes. He's like the opposite of a stormtrooper though, you know?
Yeah,
he hits every shot.
Guy just can't miss. Sometimes. Here we have it though. OG, congratulations. You've got yourself some early momentum, but talking about momentum, look at this. It's a party up the catwalk that has cost Alexi B. Mantu still on ramp, looking to hold back the damage control. Valda's here to help. He's got the 3K spray down, and OG have a second round already.
In terms of analysis, folk, this map is going to be very interesting. There was so much stuff there that I felt like they could have fixed very easily. I would hope and would have loved to know that they went and study the game tape back to look at their Dust 2 and see what they could have fixed. Again, if you missed it, they played against G2 on this map, specifically yesterday. For me, the pain points were Alexi B needed to know who was supposed to be their mid player. That was one thing. Oh my God. What a quick initial pick. MBK, did he have any business taking that peek? What was the reason that he was close to the doors there?
He may have had a scout. Let me fly over. Yes, sir. He too swinging a scoped gun.
I see.
But doesn't get the job done. Kenny S topples the first piece.
Well, let's talk pain points on a later round then. We've got the pistols here. It looks like G2, OG are all in, both of them. Alexi close mid to the doors. They'd like to reclaim a kill if they can, but it doesn't seem like G2 are going to give them any easy openings. Watching this one open choke point with 3 people, Kenny S being one of them. Don't know if he just spammed through the door if he was spotted, but yeah, Alexi B will take the notes. He'll take the hints and fall back.
A little bit of a warning shot there. Alexi has to limp back towards A. 4 members of G2 up on catwalk, just Amanek lurking in the tunnels, and he even looks to come join them. But that's going to be a good flash as it gets Jax to spam off the AK. Just absolutely confirm that there are players here. Valda's very comfortably close towards long doors, so the pressure really falls onto the shoulders of Mantu and Alexi B, both over towards ramp. And there's no Molotovs or frag grenades to go out here for the tease. That's excellent utility coming back. Fine-tuned timing out of OG Esports, but the round isn't over yet. G2 still have a chance to just burst past this. They're going to need those crispy headshots, though. Jack 7 health, down first, and Mantu still not coming out of Goose, has shadow advantage, but down he goes, and Hunter is looking to be the difference maker. 2 frags, gunning for the third. Valda shuts him down, but Nexa plants bomb, and Valda's all that's left. Amanek's late lurk pans out, and G2, despite all of that utility popping in their face, have bullied their way into a round.
In a lot of regards, perfect there from OG to drop the utility when they did. They had the positions on the site. Problems for them. They had Alexi B, who got tagged through the door by Kenny S. He has a rifle. Then they have Mantu, who's on the A ramp, also has a rifle. He would like to be on the corner with an op waiting for them to cross. They didn't have that. And so it's a good round for G2 to go and try to bully their way into A. And they had to work hard because, again, they could have got one shot by any of these M4s that were sitting there. Super solid overall. Maintain majority alive. They know exactly where the last CT is. They try to lock him into position. And that's a quick way to swing the momentum back, if only a little bit. Not a whole lot of money here with OG. So Mantu and MBK could buy bad guns, basically. Nobody else can really buy behind this M4 Volda.
Look at that nade.
I mean, this is the utility damage that's going to lead to sustainability, right? If they throw those every round, then the rounds will come. They don't have to worry too much about that. All they have to do is keep that up. That's great. They're also in positions there, 3 on the A site. That's awesome. Better guns in the future, more health, especially the op on Mantu, and you might see a whole different round.
It's like plus 120 damage off a single frag. Ooh, Issa, lucky to be alive there. As Kenny connects a shot. But lackluster weapons for OG could spell disaster. Issa's just beneath CT spawn. He is that low player because of the op peak outdoors. I've got to say, G2, playing with confidence.
Yeah, they are. It's true. And it's good to see OG a little bit more proactive amid. One thing I did talk to Alexi B directly about after yesterday was just, like, he was just saying he didn't feel like he was playing proactively at all the last time around. So,
well, here's Amanek. He's looking for a kill in CT spawn. Issa's actually tucked into the box and goes unnoticed. I feel for you, Alexi. When that smoke fades, you have only the CZ. Ooh, and a single shot actually is enough to scare him down.
Might have, I don't know if he dropped purposefully, but he can't go and repeat Cat. Luckily, the information is not that valuable on Dust 2. It really does come down to the frags. They're going to move out towards mid, bomb trailing slightly behind, but you can see the presence is here. They want to execute towards B.
Oh, he dies. The fire spreads to the feet of Issa, and Kenny S over the shoulder is going to get another op kill. If NBK can charge back, then the shotgun could have been enough. But a weapon that comes back to cost him.
Yeah, it's tough. That long range. I think, pushing into tunnels, he's probably thinking, I'm hella useless in the tunnels with this auto shotty on the retake. How can I be valuable? And I'm just assuming here OG are going to save. Yeah, that's going to be it.
They call it off.
G2 will go ahead and tie up here 2-2. Another round where they win, 3 alive. They get out with a different strat this time, the mid to B. And they maintain this like kind of dynamic play that they've had this entire tournament so far. There's definitely a lot going on. Interesting for Issa, he was tagged actually early in the round,
yeah,
right?
by Kenny S.
So then he lasts a little bit and that Molotov pops up, hits the shot, and then can't even drop off. There's no way.
Nope.
So once again, Kenny S's damage that he gets off with that op through the door
Look at this Molotov
comes into
spread.
play. Yeah, just straight up the box into his butt.
Rough one. And then obviously this peek from window predicted by Kenny S.
Kenny S is so good at working in a group.
So good.
He knows exactly what angles to hold when he's being aggressive, which is something that's the most tense for players. They can't figure out what to do in that situation. Same cross here for OG as we've seen from them before. Kenny S caught them off a couple of times in the last time they played Dust 2.
Same cross, but definitely more bodies. Not too much added.
Yikes. Issa makes some noise. Now he's too scared to jump up on top of the box. It's kind of one of those if a tree falls in the forest moments. He doesn't realize, he doesn't, okay. Well, that's exactly what that Molotov's for. It rarely nets you a kill, but on ecoing rounds, it's when teams will take risks like that.
Hunter's
Playing
got no
close right
past
door.
smoke. Very nicely done, but ooh, oh my goodness.
Kenny S is the one who knocks.
Yeah. The S stands for suck on this.
Suck on these.
Still 2 weapons in play and still in the right position. I mean, there's a world where OG pull this off. Volda and the FAMAS both over here towards Car. Mantu doing a good job. Here comes that peek through door. Kenny, what more can you offer? He misses, and OG are gonna rob around. They had them at doors for so long. And that's just the call straight up from G2. They think they can bully into the B bomb site. But the bully kid bites back.
Wow. And it's only Kenny S to have a lot of impact on this round, right? This one trade through the smoke as Hunter ends up dying. So lucky to have that, and they still can't actually win the round. An eco here for OG. That's interesting. It's G2 who also don't have a lot of money. Amanek spending all his money and still only have a Mac 10. Mantu will spot one fall back. Long control is now G2's. It's really about if they can get any kills on the fall back, and more also about how do OG respond.
Yeah, well, immediately, as you said, on the fallback. But damn, MBK pushing smoke on B. What do you think about that?
Because they had the long control. They knew there was at least 3 coming out long. MBK thinks there's an opportunity. I think we've seen some risky pushes from MBK. I think also on Inferno. I think this one, I just personally, I can understand it. You know?
Yeah. But I mean, you just used an eco round of all things to get back that momentum. You've got a full-fledged buy. It's a 5v5. You know you still have full belts of utility. It's not like he's playing on a shotgun this time. We're talking guns.
Yeah.
That's going to be a really difficult man advantage to just offer over. But OG have to swallow that pill. There's no take-backs. Man2 sees 2 past, and immediately they're going to pressure the top box. Alexi, great headshot versus Jax, throwing the bomb into the open, and a Molotov's gonna burn off some time. They've got these T's right where they want them, but nobody's holding long. And that's where Amanek starting to cheat his way forward. Another Molotov down, again, burning crucial seconds off of the clock. They're gonna have to decide if they wanna just go for a sprint towards B. Nice time flash. Alexi sees this, confirms the numbers piling up here. Amanek getting ever closer. A crucial duel. But Man2 still in position here. 15 seconds, and he hears the MAC-10. Deals with that first. Pops up. Misses the shot, but the flank's coming in quick. And Man2 still good to hold. Hunter, excellent trade, but no time for the bomb plant, so he needs kills. He can do it, but Issa holds off. And OG take another round.
Pushing it down to the wire, to the last seconds. Hunter needs to stay alive after time. He does manage to do that, just barely. So close to ending up dying with only 1,300 left over. Could have been a really risky round there, but yeah, that's a precarious situation, especially for Man2.
Wow.
Amazing that he hits that shot. Amanek could have very easily killed him, and we would have walked past that moment like, how is he supposed to get that kill? He finds one of the lesser, kind of like the most unlikely approach there, and could have easily jumped up and taken him out, taken the op out, and a G2 could have won the round. But we don't see that version of history. Instead, we see the one where Hunter saves a gun as last alive, and his teammates have to save behind him. OG 2 times the round of G2.
And stabilizing now on a CT side. Again, do not forget as this game goes on. This comes off of the eco. And last round, 4 versus 5. Such well-timed incendiaries on Catwalk really made G2 uncomfortable. They had to force the issue, just like they'll do here on Double Doors. Valda, MP9, good for just 1 kill. At least he doesn't offer over much. An SMG at this distance shouldn't be a problem. It was really Hunter that could have thrown a wrench into the works, but here comes the desperate attempt to cross on long, and it all gets cut down. Body after body. Bagged and tagged. OG, the lead by 3.
Money, grenade, and SMG kill to boot. 5-2 now for OG. A very clean anti-eco. And Man2 is another one that we need to talk about. He struggled on Dust 2, and I feel like he wasn't playing the spot like all of the other world-class operas would play it. You know, just to compare it directly, if he's going to play it, they're going to play the 3-1-1 setup, and he's going to be on A site around Car. He should be knocking down 1 to 2 crossing Cat, at least 2 or 3 of the rifle rounds and a half, and he wasn't able to do that on CT side. So we'd like to see him adapt as an opper to, again, what was a very lackluster performance the last time around.
Early B presence from G2. Maybe this will do the trick.
What's really interesting is like all these plays are based off of where Alexi goes in these CT rounds. It's either at mid, at long, helping with the 3 setup, pushing off Cat here. Oh my god, they're already pushing into B.
NBK!
All the while, a great spray. It goes awry a little bit there, but the trades are in.
Oh, and I love that Jax is going to stick around on mid. Alexi caught off by this, giving over the info, but Jax knows he's going to get pinched. So Alexi bests him, and Kenny S plants that bomb and then ejects onto the scaffolding. They may not know he's here, but now he's spotted and so damn close. Whoa. But Man2's gonna pick it up, and he's got time to spare. Sprints in and defuses bomb. This is the second time that we've had the 1v1.
That was
boiled down to the favor of OG.
And it comes down to the wire. Man2, like a slinky coming off a stair, just crunches his hitbox just enough that the bullets go overhead. And
NBK.
Definitely a very, very nice hold. The 250 or so damage amounts to a lot. Wow. Amounts to a lot here. Oh, we've got a strat. I guess this, maybe we were talking about this upcoming round, or I'm actually not sure. Maybe it was a call. No idea. It's a lot out of context. Sometimes, like reality TV, they will put the clips out of order to draw
Right.
a certain narrative. I don't know if I can trust Blast Production. I watch a lot of reality TV too, so
Maybe you're just paranoid.
maybe I am. Solid game of Big Brother to me.
Where are the cameras, man?
Where are the cameras at? Where's the CCTVs? 62.
4 round the advantage.
Triple Galil. Triple Galil. And there's no power up for buying 3 Galils.
Galil?
That's just a little bit rough.
Actually, it's in a very good place, I feel like.
Yeah, right
in terms
now.
of where it's been, but
That's a
let's
good
see. Good flashbangs out long. Valda's just going to try to tuck his head. 2 opening kills immediately. OG, they're going to be all over this.
Oh, man.
Follow-up frag?
That looks simple, but that was something that OG could not do previously.
Yes, yeah.
This
The
is
other
something
day.
G2 were masters at on versus anyone they played. The two maps that they played Dust 2 on, they were so good at taking long control and so good at defending it on the CT side. So this is a nice feather in the cap for OG to be able to establish this, especially when they're already up in rounds.
Right. Just for context, remember, the last time these teams faced this weekend on Dust 2, it was a
Target practice.
12-3 T side. Let's see if they can get something rolling. This round meant to be shut down entirely. Like a clay.
Wicked quick. Oh my God. Did I get a bit excited? That was nice.
No, I don't know how these things happen sometimes. Kenny, too honed in. He was talking about studying lots of game tape from
Watch,
other
he's gonna
offers.
hit. He's gonna hit the jump here in CT. Someone's gonna jump up. He's gonna flick over. Oh, he's
Hey,
not.
hey,
He's not
hey.
close enough. Yeah.
You settled down.
And then I'm
man.
gonna go Miracle Whip. Oh, okay, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
We'll see. Oh, yikes.
Oh, both players
Is it coming? Nope.
trying to get back into cover. Flashbangs gonna get him into the B site. Ooh, but he goes back for more, and NBK will dish this out for the first time in the series, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
OG on fire.
Yeah. Almost hit it. Almost hit the Miracle Whip, but just put a little bit too much mayonnaise on that one. That's nice. That's like a confidence builder,
Watch
right?
this.
You see
Just-
that, you're like, oh, I can hit that shot. That's crazy because all you see is the crosshair.
And you know what? It's not. It's the flick up and then flick down to duck.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's one of those IRL ducks.
It's the Issa.
The quack-a-dow. Deagle attempt out long. If there's something I expected a lot from in this matchup, it was going to just be the level of individuals at times. We had to give that edge to G2, and Kenny just reminded us, do not sleep.
You know, Valda, he might take time to push through long here. There's been a few rounds he hasn't done it. He's finally in the doors.
One step closer.
And if they're going to execute with the full cat setup, it's not so bad for OG. Alexi trying to get in a position for a flash to come, maybe? We don't know.
One goes past, he dodges that. It's supposed to be a shooting gallery, but only 1 kill to his name. Mantu gonna dodge a couple flashbangs here.
All right.
This is what we
That's
criticize.
what we want to see.
And this is what we praise. Locking down the cross towards A. Follow-up perhaps, but Kenny S has still got some success in him.
Oh my God.
And Hunter grabbed a deagle kill in the midst of it all. I mean, hold on. Kenny's gonna get behind box, but he is sprayed down by Issa. So OG gonna stay in the lead by 6. And making sure that these pistols don't do too much.
Yeah, you might call that too many deaths, though, for the amount that they had to work with. So,
Most definitely.
Yeah, they almost straight up lost that round. The Deagle gets one more
Look at
kill,
this one.
2v1 in the other team's favor. Nice shots, though. This is the position that I was talking about. You want to see Mantu playing in more comfortably, dodging one flash, taking an opportunity to shoot. Good teams are flashing in chain, so they're going 3, 4, and pushing your opera back all the way. But G2 are just throwing one. A lot of their executes is just 1 or 2. So you should see Mantu try to hold his ground a little bit more, make it easier for his teammates. Another timeout wraps up here for the T side. OG looking super strong on Dust 2. They've already, I think, got as many rounds on Dust 2 now as they did versus G2 yesterday. So that's a fantastic sign. We haven't even seen their T side yet.
It's actually gone better, Mohan.
Even better.
Yeah, it was 16-6 the final score to G2's favor.
Wow.
And as I said, coming off of a 12-3 T side. So
This team is like the it's like the Dota team in so many ways. That's crazy.
maybe it's all part of the game plan. Molotov at the feet of Kenny. He's going to offer up half his health. And he walks away empty-handed. Chip damage down towards tunnels. Jax going to be softened slightly.
Nice to see dynamic positioning here for Mantu.
He's ready for the peak so he can flick on Jax.
What's interesting, though, is like you've got a solo anchor at long. Oh, bait set up here for Issa. He'll move back.
Well done.
Teaser trying to get away from this. Oh, that's a free kill.
Just skewers a bullet through the doors.
Bit messy here from G2.
Yeah, a little bit. You know, starting to crumble under some of the pressure from OG.
But not Kenny, though, is he?
No, Kenny's still a pillar for the terrorist side. Flash over top of the entirety of what remains here. Just the 3. Plenty of grenades. Op still a key piece of their potential for success. Valda doesn't want to show his head. Could very well lose it. We've seen him solely on long A. But he's comfortable. Peeking through the flames. Kenny S has way too many angles to clear out. Now both players spotted. He had one chance at that shot. NBK, whoa, caught sprinting down mid.
Wow.
This kind of throws things into a weird mix. Nexa still 0 frags thus far. Only needs 1 to clear out this B site. Issa's gonna go for the peak. He's got the Deeg in hand. Nexa, what can you offer? He's on the scoreboard, but he's gonna need 2 more kills.
Yeah, you guys should be nervous.
He's got that bomb down, uses his incendiary and smoke towards mid, but he is wrong. It is both CTs coming in off of tunnels, and Alexi gets the kill.
You have got to love it. That's close. That's very close. The
You know, that's one of those moments, like, what if there was only 5 seconds left?
yeah, it's true. Damn, they are trolling.
Everybody loving it in the OG
Dude.
camp. G2, you gonna let them get away with that?
They're actually laughing about it too. I think.
Oh, they're gonna let
them
him have it. They're gonna let him have it.
Antics.
All right.
We all appreciate a little fun. Okay. So at mid, right? Here it gets a little messy. That one Hunter, I think he might have been flashed and didn't realize how much he was showing, and so from there they could have maybe got it together, pulled themselves up by the bootstraps. Wow, wow, that's a long spray, very long spray. Knowing ops are just gonna play this over and over again. Okay, three used out of 4. As you were talking about in the last map, lots of timeouts being called for both teams. Almost running out here before the first half is even over. It's good to see ideas at work. One thing that was interesting there was that Alexi and Valda switched positions.
Yes.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
Why? How come Valda is not the long anchor? Was he getting bored?
I don't know.
It's weird to do that, you know. Typically, you're going to have the same player in the same spot, but I guess with the team so fresh, things are changed on the fly. But it's really, Alexi is just in a number of spots all across the map.
He's played everywhere.
He has played everywhere. Yeah, he is a world traveler.
But
I guess when Finland doesn't exist, you've got to
you've got to go everywhere else.
Yeah.
Where are you from? Everywhere. Little jump up box on mid. Not going to spot anything here. Curious, at times we've got OG peering through these doorways on middle, you know, and then we find a round like this where they forego all of this cat control and just put Mantu up for a pick, but he misses his first shot, and G2 may look to exploit this. Every time I feel like they get to this point of catwalk, there's been this consistent utility damage. Not as much this time with that 1 frag thrown. But they've got to be careful. There's still Molotovs and smokes aplenty for OG.
This is the perfect setup here for OG. They got the op there. They've got 2 versus long, so Valda has some help on this hold. That means Mantu can stay alive a lot longer. Valda moving out of position here. Well, he's going to replace Alexi. Again, they're changing up spots on the fly.
This is cool. Keeping it dynamic, keeping it fresh. Amanek gets springboarded forward on catwalk. Alexi, he's going to be tucked in behind the door. Almost 2 kills, but just the first. And here's Valda ready to try and trade. He's got Mantu, who misses the op shot. Kenny kills Jax, follows up with an additional kill, but here comes Hunter in from behind. And cutting this down to the 1v2, he's going to sprint as fast as he can to grab bomb, but knows the op maybe too valuable.
Got to keep it going, right? Do you?
No.
Oh, he's got the smoke to cross.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's gonna go.
Switch to the gun. Oh, gets caught crossing, and he's out. OG remain on fire.
Man, Valda spraying through CT smoke, cutting down Kenny S on B doors. This attempt as well from Nexa, shut down through the spam.
I mean,
it's OG just kind of, you know, sometimes Counter-Strike is milliseconds and millimeters.
Yeah.
And it just feels like right now, OG are coming out on top of all of those moments.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. I mean, Valda is just he's just such an amazing player, right? Like he's just so amazing in this tournament so far with the role switch. You know, being freed from IGL prison, it's just, and he's just blossomed immediately. That's how good he is. He's an absolute genius at the game, and it shows every single map. So consistent there, so reliable.
Sounds like you want to marry him.
So hot, brother.
Yeah.
Valda.
I'm getting jealous. Oof. Here comes Mantu, opening op shot. Obviously not the best of buys from G2, and it's not going very well. Again, they'll get their footing up catwalk, but they've been here times and times again. A little bit of a lineup for Alexi. This time, just the two. Amanek, 21 health, flies to the spawn and dies regardless. 11 rounds to 2.
Wow. Yeah, the ecos are not working out so well coming across Cat. They're getting mowed down every single time now. So
you know,
that's good. They're improving in that regard.
I can't do it, but I want to join these guys.
Yeah, well.
Oh!
We'll try again.
They left me alone, bro.
Yeah, that's tough. I think
Look
you
at
got to do a much longer one.
They're all staring at me like I'm an idiot now.
Next time he's got you. Next time they've got you. Don't worry, Connor. I'll be with you too. It'll be it'll be two guys at the least.
I'm not sure if we're allowed. We'll have to get a permission.
The setup here is, again, 4 out towards long. They've been doing this quite often. Alexi now finally, like, in the spot that I initially thought he'd be playing a lot more often, out at mid. But G2, when they've come towards mid and tried to work their way out, conveniently, OG have been there waiting. So I guess they see it the way they see it is they don't have to be there all the time as long as they condition them into expecting to see people there all the time. Back to Cat here. He's got the run boost cross up from Hunter.
There's been a lot of these.
Yeah, you know, try to bait out an op shot. Maybe just help Mantu deathmatch.
Again, numbers cheated over here from OG.
Oh, it's very crowded here over on the A site. Whoa, they're walk pushing off of Cat again. Oh, well, they've canceled. Oh, just for the grenades.
Look at that. Round after round, this utility on point. I mean, we talked about it, right? They had to learn. They had to adapt after the first showing between these teams on Dust 2.
G2 look very uninspired right now. They sat there. They weren't working on anything else. They didn't go for long control.
Nope. And none of this utility play was a part of OG's defense on the first clash. But let's see if they can get out mid. Again, smoke spam. Great timing coming out of the CTs. OG throwing Alexi B forward, only able to grab another kill, but he's done such a great job. Oh, what? Nexa robs it back. 3 kills, but here comes Valda on the flank, hot on the heels of the mid play. 2v2, and he dodges the op. Kenny sprints into the B site. He will
3, yeah,
find the plants.
Got it, yeah. The clock's going to be a bit different. Bomb goes down just in time, and Valda will now start sweating. We're going to wrap this hap up. They've got enough money to buy next round, potentially. They're just going to... Thinking about it. How's he going to approach this?
2v1. I thought Valda had a teammate, but no, he was just hoping time would be his teammate.
Yeah, he's like his own teammate right now, 14-6. So winning
place
every
for him.
duel, yeah. Doesn't want to risk another death. Yeah?
Yeah, wants to get some exits here.
Ruin the ratio. Oh my god.
He's going to get them both.
Oh, Kenny's going to die to the bomb. So he's got to come out with a wicked Kenny peek, and it's just going to feed Valda a little bit more. So after that round win, G2 still don't have that much money to work with. The only silver lining is, like, rounds are way more important to them. So
of course
they can buy something. Kenny can't get an op this round, in this last round.
Look at this.
What is this? Nexa with the trifecta. 2 in a CT spawn. Didn't even have to see him.
A true martial artist can still fight in the dark.
With a blindfold, yeah.
NBK back in with the noob tube. Op on Mantu. And we've got OG going to the 2-2-1. Just leaving that shotgun alone on B. You know, hasn't been a consistent hit from G2, so why not leave him to his own devices?
He would just start spamming. This is very curious, and he's also correct. But eventually, the player named Hunter will get by silently. They're on for the A site push again. Look at this. You're constantly seeing the cat aggression. But what's super cool is they're not just pushing off and then playing in those positions. They're just using it to throw grenades most often. Not a bad setup here for G2, though. They established long control free of cost.
Yep, Mantu. Just going to have to give them a little bit more real estate.
Ooh, look how crowded it's getting over there.
Yeah, again, a really
on the elbow.
Nobody's watching cross at all. They're playing for catwalk, hoping that the T's don't cross long before they get this cover, but as long as they clear Hunter, things should be all right. They don't! And now he pops up, takes two, and it is an obliteration on the A site. Hunter sets the bear trap and springs it on his own. The M4 so close to clearing him. Mistakes were made.
Remember, Hunter did the exact same thing when Mantu didn't clear it deep enough on the previous round?
So
that's a wrap. Nice round from G2.
Yep, G2 going to double up their score in the final 2 rounds of their T side. From what was a 12-3 to now an 11-4. They're sitting pretty on an 11-4 lead, and a second pistol could spell disaster for their counterparts in G2. Ladies and gents, can they keep this comeback rolling? Well, it's going to be a little bit of aggression from the defense first. kennyS takes to lower tunnels and then ejects, but he has gotten them to try and give chase. Issa and Alexi popped by Jax before NBK snaps it back with just 1 kill.
Damn, take notes, man. Jax has been fantastic. And here he starts this out, gets all the info, shuts down the default a little bit, shakes things up in the G2 camp. Or the OG camp, excuse me. Next on the fallback, gets caught on the ramp as teammate kennyS has to play timidly here in the CT spawn along with his help, but they can't be too aggressive spotting the cross. Bomb can't cross itself.
Yeah, really
things get a bit
awkward.
tricky, yeah.
Oh, they're getting desperate. Oh, an attempted run boost.
Let's assume that was amazing strafe, bro.
It's not pretty, but it works. Mantu's able to put this bomb down. Still 3 Ts up for OG, one of which sits in pit. That's Valda. He's going to have to lock in Amanek, and if Amanek had kept running, then maybe he'd be heard. In the meantime, kennyS is also going to come in from catwalk, so a trident of a retake here as they look to pinch in on site. Valda versus Amanek. This is a crucial duel, and it's gone to the favor of the CTs. Another coming out of it, but NBK trying his damnedest to clutch.
Oh.
Shut down. G2 win the second pistol. G2 have 5.
The 3-pronged attack, as you pointed out. Well done here from G2. And of course, I mean, I feel like a pistol round isn't complete without kennyS getting a headshot through a piece of a wall or a box. Anything really, but it's mostly about Jax here, just to make this so much easier for them as they move in. Almanac 2 of the last 3 kills that went down. And here we have it. We can make this a nice long map, 5-11 here. And it's a bye for both teams. Oh, full aggression over towards the tunnels. Are they going to go ahead and call it quick, or are they going to slow down after this?
You know, this is the reality of the situation. OG, they did a great job on the half that they struggled with in the first matchup,
Good call.
They don't know what this CT side necessarily looks like. So they're going to have to test it. NBK, great timing. Amanek's going to be very much on his own. 1 headshot, that's it. So quick to shut down the players in sight. Mantu comes out from the cubby, and Valda lends a helping hand. Little bits of health left for 2 of the 4 OG players, but they bounce back after losing pistol.
What is with the conviction in that call to run all the way from spawn with 4 into tunnels, out mid, through a smoke in the mid doors? I don't know if they threw that themselves because there wasn't a CT nearby. It was probably the cross smoke, and weren't worried at all about anybody there. How come they were so confident and read it so perfectly? I don't know, but I guess They do have a plan for this T side. They clearly talked about stuff, but seriously, no one slowed down to clear out any angles. It seemed like they knew exactly how the CTs were positioning themselves. Just Jax, hero of the first round, left alone to hunt exits in the second. OG putting the pressure onto G2 just like G2 did to them in the first map, 12-5, and they're within touching distance now. Again, a team who hates who hates to win their map pick, loves to win
Seems so,
yours.
yeah.
They love to win yours.
I mean, again, you have to think that facing EG earlier and doing this exact thing, losing your first one in a blowout just to bounce back on your opponent's choice.
Vito is great for G2.
Yeah.
How can you blame them for going with the same maps, even with leaving the ability for Inferno?
It's not even like it was close last time. There was no reason to believe that OG were going to come in so convincingly, but they have. And it's not done yet, but this round most definitely should be. Just that M4, just that scout. Pistols sprinkled around them. And OG very comfortable here as we fly in the Betway live odds. G2 still favored.
People having their doubts, though.
Got that map advantage.
It's come a lot closer, that's for sure. Jump up onto Cat.
If we go to a third, ooh, baby. We end up on Nuke.
The other map that G2 won handedly versus them. So that'll also be interesting. As we can see, history is not repeating itself, at least not yet. Standard state of affairs here for both sides. Cat control, one outside long holding, 3 CTs waiting. Doesn't necessarily mean anything for either team. And it also is just the force up here for G2.
Of course. Remember, just the scout, just the M4. It's the scout in the back of the B plat. M4 is sitting pretty in pit. Mantu's going to bring that bomb up on this A site. Not everybody's here for OG, so Alexi's going to go try and clear this on his own, but he takes a bullet to the head. And luckily for OG, they're able to... Wait, no. They don't cheat bomb back. They try to push the issue, and it's going to cost them another kill. They're down to the 4 versus 3. They're wary that there's another member of G2 on ramp, but that's not the case.
Not a bad setup, although they're down a man. They get the bomb down. There's no one actually at long to clear it. Jax is waiting to get activated for his teammates to get in a position first, and now they have.
Lots of pressure on NBK. He has to keep his hands on that Galil. He cannot allow the flank to fall, and that's definitely going to help. Issa gets the first kill, but Hunter strikes from beneath the feet of Valda. That frag on Cat could seal the deal. They'll try, but they're shut down. OG 13-5.
Issa dodging the flash, looking down, pops right back up perfectly. Sometimes turning away isn't the best option. Some players have it in the habit to like flick to the side, looking down, looking up. That's a much shorter route, I guess, for your crosshair to go, and it's lined up on that ramp again perfectly. So nice handling of the situation there for OG, and honestly, it just comes down to can MBK get his kill or not. If he loses that duel and that 1v1 when he's alone, then G2 are definitely on for the retake. Pistols here. But not just any pistols. It's only USPs, the free ones that come at the beginning of the round, on every round, whether you like it or not. They won't be able to do a whole lot with these, I'm sure.
Mantu doesn't want to extend too far. For all he knows, there's 3 other players ready to peek him on cross, but not the case. G2 going to split this down the middle.
Mid a very favorable option here versus worse guns. Kenny S pulls from his post. Goes to click around mid, but everybody crosses by him. And he's just going to hope it's an overstack towards B. Maybe a 5 alive round here for OG as they move up for the bomb plant. No further utility getting used thus yet. Molotov to flush anybody out of default. There will be no targets there.
Again, ensuring that they go through all the motions in the ocean. The wave of terrorists come crashing onto the A site. Nobody here to stop them. Jax is blown open from behind.
We're looking at 14 next round for OG. 14. Wow, I honestly, it's like every series after the first map, you're like, I don't think we're going to see a map 3. It's crazy how it can just keep happening.
It's the beauty of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, and really just seems like a feature of OG, which is really kind of interesting.
It's interesting for this to be a feature of them, you know, in the earlier days of the roster as well, right? You know, normally we praise the greatest teams of their ability to stay composed and come back. Here's Issa shooting down a couple easy frags, but there it is. 14th added to the tally.
Yes, a very convivial cheering section for OG. That's where like don't see a world where OG don't win this map, or at least it feels like that. Buy-in will come. It's just M4s. Seb says we have no doubt. No doubt at all. That's usually spoken out of fear whenever. Famous last words, Seb. Famous last words.
Maybe one of the most daunting tasks as of yet for this T-side. An actual gun round to try and manhandle. And Kenny S topples the first. Hunter's going to be close smoke. NBK peeks
come
in
on.
and deletes him. But whoa, Amanek empty-handed.
Doesn't even seem ready.
Finally, Kenny grabs himself another, but so what? B-site foregone. It is
Shocked.
offered over with bomb already planted.
Shocked that MBK gets that trade. Coming out of the smoke exactly where they wanted him to come out of, and they don't maintain the B-hold. I can't believe they got both of those kills. That's beautiful.
This is wild, man. I mean, this is what we want.
Uh-huh.
Again, 3 weeks of CS, and we could very well be going to the final decider. Really milking London for all it's got.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I guess it costs you the same amount to see 2 maps or 3, so we might as well make it 3, right?
Might as well. We're here for the people.
Now's your time. Now's your time. Jump in. When are they going to release, though?
I love the consistency.
It's great.
Obviously, no bias, but how are you not a fan of OG in this moment? They were dismantled on Dust 2 last time they played versus this very same opponent. So to see them outclass them back is just a stark reminder. You cannot sleep on OG.
Dude, G2 looked impervious, man. I loved their Dust 2. They
Right.
looked awesome. And they look equally awesome on Nuke. And I really don't think that this is just because of this score that means anything for Nuke. G2's Nuke was amazing. And OG got really confused. And that's a much harder map than Dust 2.
Of course.
So if they have stuff to fix in this next map, if it comes there, I'd be more surprised that OG fixed it as opposed to the outcome that G2 are able to replicate what they did yesterday. Because G2 have been together a little bit of time now. OG are very fresh compared to them, and their Nuke looked awesome. And again, that's a much harder map. It's a whole different beast to Dust 2. So cool to see that they fixed this stuff. If they fix what they did on Nuke, that'd be a shocker.
And what's a beautiful thing about OG and the storyline they've written this weekend is that, yeah, they've been just blown out on certain maps, but when they bounce back winning their opponent's map choice, those third maps, overtime, 16-14, these consistent 30-round or more benders. So we may have something special in store, but we've got to get there first. Hunter, he's going to get himself tucked into pit real deep, real quick. And he's got Jax by his side, not to mention another player to try and go for the peak. NBK's not going to clear his corner, and it costs him, but right. Blind through smoke. They rock him back, 4v2.
Yeah, right. They're getting these trades that I can't believe, you know. Jax has all the right in the world to spam back at the smoke and not die, right? He literally, it's his right to be able to do that. And Valda lines it up perfect. I mean, Valda's in the smoke too. I feel like he can't even see tracers from that position. He probably nailed the audio section on the Blast performance map.
Man, oh man. And all this time as well, like, they're going to stagnate inside of long doors, but so be it. Issa's walked into the B site. He sees it's completely clear. He knows these counter-terrorists aren't going to go for the save. I mean, map 2 on the line. And Issa is in a position to hammer the final nail into the coffin. Obviously, OG going to run that bomb back, sprint through tunnels as quick and as carelessly as they please.
Well, I know someone was here. And that's why the rotates come out.
There's low health on 3 of the 4 players, but he just made sound.
Yeah.
Kenny may have heard that, but he's going to get ripped apart. And suddenly it all falls onto Amanek. So OG down and dirty after that first map. It looked like they were goners. But if my name's not Connor, we've got ourselves a match. 16-5 by the looks of it. Not just a comeback, but a comeback in stunning fashion. Amanek's dead. OG on fire, and we go the distance, baby. They've done it. They've bounced back on Dust 2. The big question, can they do this exact same thing in the same place they lost the first time around? We're going to